Hello students, welcome to the new lecture, and in this lecture we are going to start the new chapter, that is chapter 1, nutrition, the food supplying system. Okay, so the topics are nutrition, autotrophic nutrition and photosynthesis. These three topics that we are going to discuss in this lecture. And while coming to the chapter, these are the main topics. Okay, these are the main topics. Entire chapter include these main topics: autotrophic nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition, photosynthesis, chlorophyll and photosynthesis, mechanism of photosynthesis, nutrition in human beings, enzymes and vitamins, diseases due to malnutrition. So these are the main topics. Each and every main topic has a subtopic and so on that we will discuss in detail in this entire chapter. Okay. So first, coming to the main thing. So here the introduction. Here we are going to discuss about importance of food. So what is food? How it is important? So the food is necessary for all organisms. Food is necessary for all organisms for the body growth, repair and maintenance of body temperature. So food is nothing but anything that you eat, like whether it may be rice or chapati or whatever it may be, that is food. Okay. So the food is going to get digested. It is going to turn into nutrients. Okay. The nutrients are formed. So these nutrients are used for your growth. Okay, for growth, repair, okay, and also temperature maintenance, body temperature maintenance and so on. So these are the main important things that is the importance of the food. So from the food all these important aspects has been done. So this is the importance of food. So we know that when the person is newly born baby, it has some weight. Let us consider 2 kgs or 1 kg. So after 10 years that baby or that person will be around 25 kgs or 30 kgs and so on. So what is responsible? The food is accumulating in the body. So the food is responsible for the growth of the body. Hence the weight of the body is increased. So if the wound is occurred on the body, if the small injury is there, the injury will get repaired. How it is repaired? The food which is taken turns into nutrients. These nutrients turns into new cells. That new cells is going to turn into tissue. Okay. So by this way the wound get healed. So temperature, your body has certain temperature, 37 degrees Celsius. So 37 degrees Celsius is maintained with the help of the food that you take. Okay. So why 37 degrees Celsius? That 37 degrees Celsius is the optimum temperature for your body. In this 37 degrees Celsius, your body will work perfect. Okay. Your enzymes, proteins, everything will work perfect. So to maintain this temperature, the food is necessary. Okay. So from unicellular to multicellular organism. What is meant by unicellular? Uni means single. Okay. So this is the amoeba. So this is a unicellular, and this is the multicellular human being. Okay, you can see here this is a multicellular human being. So from unicellular organism to multicellular organism like human being, so wide variety of food is taken. The mode of acquiring food also varies. Okay, amoeba will take some kind of food, the human beings will take some kind of food, the mosquito will take some kind of food, and also buffalo will take some kind of food. It means the mode of acquiring nutrients varies from organism to organism. Okay. So it means from unicellular to multicellular organism, the wide variety of food is taken, and the mode of acquiring food also varies. Okay. Acquiring means taking. Okay. The mode of taking food also varies. Okay. This is about introduction. So next is the autotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic. Auto means self. Tropism is something production. It means these organisms can synthesize their own food material. That is known as autotrophic nutrition. Nutrition means nutrients that are required for the body growth. Okay. So autotrophic organisms are the organisms. They are capable. Capable means they can. So they are capable of producing complex organic compounds. So we will discuss what the complex organic compounds are. Okay, first focus on this point. So these autotrophs are the organisms that are capable of producing complex organic substances from simple nutrients like salts, water, etc. Okay, so the complex organic substances are produced from the simple inorganic substances and make the plants universal food providers. Why the plants are known as universal food providers? Here you can see the photosynthesis. Okay, so the photosynthesis, so it is a main important process. This photosynthesis is the main ability or main capability for the plants. So this photosynthesis making the plants as universal, okay, universal food providers. Okay, food providers. What is meant by universal food providers? It means the any organism that provides food to all organisms, that is known as universal food providers. Universe means planet. Okay, the food providers, universal food providers means these are the plants. They are the universal food providers, so they will provide food for the entire universe and all organisms. The photosynthesis is the main process, that is the making, that the photosynthesis making the plants as a universal food providers. So next is Van Helmont. He belongs to the 17th century. 17th century, performed experiments for 5 years just to establish the role of water in plants. What is the role of water in the plants? He used his entire 5 years for the experiment. Okay, later he found that importance of the water. So next, we human beings took around 300 years for the 300 years for the present definition of the photosynthesis. It means to know about the definition of the photosynthesis, or to write about the definition of photosynthesis with the understanding, with the help of experiments and so on. We took around 300 years, so much long time. Why? Because in those days there were no proper science and technology, no proper machines and so on, so this much time was taken. So this is about autotrophic nutrition. So in the autotrophic nutrition, there is important process that is known as photosynthesis. Okay, so here you can see the term photo is nothing but light. Okay, synthesis means production. With the help of light, something is produced, that is known as photosynthesis. Okay, photosynthesis is the process of build-up of complex organic molecules. Okay, so we are building some, it means the plants, not we, the plants are building some important components, that is nothing but complex organic compounds. These are complex organic compounds are built from simple organic ones. What is meant by complex organic compounds? Like carbohydrates, okay, vitamins, proteins, okay, fats, etc. These all are the complex carbohydrates or complex organic compounds. They contains carbon. First of all, you have to understand what is meant by organic and inorganic. Any chemical substance which contains carbon, it is known as organic. Example, let us take the example of carbohydrates like glucose, C6H12O6. This is a formula for the glucose. Okay, can you see the carbons are there? Yes, 6 carbons are there. It doesn't matter how many carbons are there, whether it has carbon or not, that is the main important thing. If it has a carbon, it is known as organic. Okay, here the glucose is a organic compound. Okay, carbohydrates are the organic compounds. Vitamins also, they have the carbon. Proteins also have the carbon. Fats also have the carbon. So they are known as complex carbohydrate. Why they are complex? So simple organic compounds or simple substances are joined together to form a complex ones. These complex ones are known as complex organic compounds. So this is the reason why we are saying that. Okay, so here they are produced from the simple organic ones by using sunlight, energy source, etc. Okay, so here you can see, from here instead of organic you have to write inorganic. Okay, inorganic, like why we are calling it as inorganic? We are using the word inorganic. Why? Because it is going to take water. Okay, inorganic substances like water is taken. Okay, carbon dioxide is taken. Even though carbon dioxide contains carbon, it is not organic. Okay, so next, salts are taken. So it means, so photosynthesis is the process of build-up of complex organic molecules from simple inorganic ones. Inorganic ones like water, carbon dioxide, salts, etc. So by using sunlight, along with it, sunlight is also used as energy source to produce the complex carbohydrates or complex ones. Okay, so photosynthetic process is a complex process involving several reactions along with the formation of intermediate compounds. Intermediate compounds means in between. So we will discuss what are the intermediate compounds in coming lectures. So next is the important person. He is known as C.B. Van Niel. In the year 1931, he formulated means what? Formulated means he wrote the simple equation for the photosynthesis. Okay, by assuming that for each molecule of carbohydrate formation, okay, what he said, for each molecule of carbohydrate formation, 1 molecule of carbon dioxide and 2 molecules of water are required. Here you can see, so this is the, here you can see the formation of sugar, CH2O. So for the formation of sugar, so he said that one molecule of CO2, okay, and also 2 molecules of water is required to form for the formation of carbohydrate or sugar. So he said that, okay. So in this process, along with carbohydrate, 1 molecule of each oxygen or water also produced. Here you can see, he said the water and also oxygen is also produced in this reaction. He said that, but this is not perfect chemical reaction. It is not perfect chemical reaction. It is not explaining everything. So next, he worked on first purple sulfur bacteria. Purple sulfur bacteria, it is a type of bacteria. It is also a autotroph. So what he used, he took purple sulfur bacteria and found the significant role of photosynthesis. Okay, so he used H2S. Okay, so H2S gas instead of water. He did not use water, but he used H2S. As a result, because of using H2S, so sulfur was produced and there was no production of the oxygen. This was a mistake done by the C.B. Van Neel. Okay, so later on he proposed the chemical equation by envisioning the glucose as a product of the photosynthesis. So he said that he thought that yes, glucose is produced as a product of the photosynthesis in plants. Okay, so the structure of the glucose is, the formula of the glucose is C6H12O6. So if the chemical formula of glucose is C6H12O6, so what could be the products or what could be the reactants? The reactants could be 6CO2 plus 12H2O leads to formation of C6H12O6, 6H2O and 6O2. So he thought that he wrote the chemical reaction and it was perfect. So later on he envisioned, it means he thought this could be happened, and he wrote the chemical equation. It means he formulated the perfect chemical equation. So after the envisioning of the glucose as a product of the photosynthesis in plants. Okay, so plants synthesize simpler ones. Plants synthesize simpler ones. What are simpler ones? Like glucose. Okay, so the glucose just now you have seen, that is C6H12O6. This is the glucose. Okay, so glucose and so on, along with the glucose, amino acids, okay, fatty acids and so on. These are simpler ones. So these simpler ones, let us consider these are the simpler ones. These simpler ones are joined together. Okay, they are joined together to form a complex ones. So this is the reason why I said I will explain later. It means, so the simpler ones, these first the plants are going to produce simpler ones, and later on the simpler ones are used to produce complex compounds. So those complex compounds will be the starch, cellulose, proteins, fats, etc. So we will discuss what simple compounds will form which complex compound in coming lectures. So just remember, so plants synthesize simple and smaller ones, then they are used to produce a complex compounds like starch, cellulose, proteins, fats, etc. Okay, so next we have some questions in textbook. The first question is, what are autotrophs? How do autotrophs get their food? Autotrophs are like organisms. They are capable of synthesizing their own food material. So example, green plants. Not only green plants, some kind of bacteria also there, like blue-green algae. They also can perform photosynthesis. Okay. Next question will be, what are heterotrophs? How do heterotrophs get their food? So this will be our next topic. Heterotrophs are nothing but organisms that cannot synthesize their own food material. They cannot synthesize their own food material, and hence they are going to depend on other organisms. Okay, so example for the heterotrophs is human beings. Human beings, we are going to depend on other organisms. Okay, so next, can we state that the photosynthesis is the basic energy source for most of the living organisms? Why not? So yes, we can say that the photosynthesis is the basic source. The photosynthesis provides food and oxygen, which forms the basic source for the energy. Okay, so next question is, can you think some raw materials are needed for the photosynthesis? Yes, the raw materials means, so before the formation of carbohydrates, what are required for the formation of carbohydrates? We know that the solar energy means sunlight. Okay, sunlight is necessary, carbon dioxide is necessary, and water is also necessary. These are the raw materials. So with the help of these, chlorophyll is used to produce the glucose. Okay, to produce the glucose or sugar. Okay, so next, what could be the end product of the photosynthesis? the end product of photosynthesis is after the reaction. Okay, that is glucose is produced, oxygen is produced, and also water is also produced. So these are the end products of the photosynthesis. Okay, and I hope this lecture is helpful to you. If you have any doubts or questions or suggestions, feel free to post in the comment section, and I will try to answer your questions after reading. So okay, and we will see the next lecture, and we will discuss the next lecture in the next topic in the next lecture. Okay, so okay.